You good?
I'm good.
Okay, yay, we are live. It's Monday night. I'm so excited. I am Stephanie Dunn for the newbies that we have on that will be jumping on with us tonight. So I'm super excited. I am your number one earner, but tonight I'm super excited because we have a special guest. And I was thinking, Erin, that you were number five. So she's actually number seven earner. So I feel like she's going to be creeping right up because she's an awesome leader to learn from. And so, we really wanted to talk about going diamond quickly or promoting and ranking up fast, especially while we're in this momentum. I can see that you guys are so excited. Things are just moving along, but you want to go faster. And so, how can we do that? And how can we really utilize the time that we have to make sure that you guys are hitting your rank? So, me and Erin had a good conversation today. And just so you guys know a little bit, she is a top recruiter constantly. So what a better person to learn from somebody that's actually in the trenches along doing it. So as we do this, you know that I'm always out there doing and trying new things too. So we're going to learn some things that she's doing. And then I think Michelle's on, well, she won't be on the Zoom, but I wanted to share some kind of the scripts that she made happen going from paid as executive to promoted to double diamond in just a couple of weeks. So if that's what you guys want tonight.
Anybody want that? Show of hands.
Yeah. So brand new distributor, that is so you. Like that executive, isn't far off from a new distributor. So that's what we really want to focus on tonight. So I have on here, let me pull up the first question. Joel.
So before you get into questions, housekeeping, I will be shutting chat down so that you guys can copy and post. But we're going to do a new thing this time. So when I do repost this to the Joel and Stephanie Dunn.tv YouTube channel, I will try and add all of these notes and all of the scripts into the body of the video so that you can go there and find them. So we're going to try and do that this week, and hopefully that makes it so much easier so you guys aren't freaking out when you miss a script.
Okay, so Erin, give them a little background of how long you've been in and kind of the industry that you came from so people can see, are you really normal? Are you, you're a top earner? What did it look like for you? So just give us a quick little background on who you are.
Yeah, so I've been in the business. It'll be 5 years at the end of July, which is crazy in the fact that everything's kind of flown by. So I got started wanting to make $500 extra a month to help with childcare. I was a nurse working full time, and we were just living paycheck to paycheck. As a nurse, I made $33.25 an hour, which is good. I mean, that's a good nursing salary, but when you have 1,000 plus in childcare and then you have mortgage, car payments, student loans, credit card debt, you don't have any money for anything else. And so I was planning to go back and get my master's, but I didn't really have a passion for that. And so when I found this business, this has just given me another avenue to help people, and so that's why I went to school to be a nurse, is because I loved helping people, and I just get to do that here. So that's a quick little version of our story.
So you started out brand new, just like a lot of the people that jump on, like they're new or they're like, okay, I'm just getting started, maybe a couple of weeks in. So there's a couple of things. So we were talking about this today, and I really think being excited, you guys, is really going to get you so far. You may not know anything, but as we're telling you these things and as you're posting or voice messaging and following up with people, I think your excitement will have you have so much more success. So if you're like, I don't even know how to be excited, you better start practicing, because you want to feel that energy. They want to be excited because they want that attraction. So, all right, Erin, I just joined you. What is that first thing that we can do that you would teach me to do if I just joined?
So for me, like when I got started, and I do this with my newbies, is you just got to jump right in. And so I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not experienced in sales. My mom said I could talk to anybody about anything because I was passionate about it. And so I just kind of took that and ran with this the same exact way. And so, starting to post right away, because the way that I think about it, if you're not telling people what you have your hands on, they're not going to ever know what you have to offer. And so doing that, Newbies right now, I would be posting to your stories. And so I have a different chat for my newbies because, with enrolling a lot of people. And so the best way that I know I can work with people is showing them exactly what I'm doing every single day, because that's what people want. They want to know, okay, how are you doing it? Well, I'm posting on my story, Facebook and Instagram every day. I'm posting on Facebook every single day. I'm reaching out and messaging every single day. And that doesn't stop. And so I've just done that repeatedly for almost 5 years. So you guys are seeing, the work that you're seeing now is stuff that I've put in for a long time, but that consistency over time building up is what is going to be so powerful in your business.
So you're going a little slow, so hopefully you can hear me okay. So take note, newbies, it's posting right away. So that person that, you joined with, or maybe it's a diamond or above team page that you're in, don't be afraid, I think, to ask. I think that's the number one thing is if we don't know how to help you. So what do you post? Couple things that I would be doing as a new distributor is make sure that you follow It Works headquarters on Instagram, It Works on Facebook, and It Works International. They do stories as well. So, if you're like, what is a story? Because that was me. I was like, I don't even know what that is. Because I was trying to learn as well as, following those stories up on your Instagram or Facebook. And as you're watching, you can take screenshots of some things that you like and just repost them in your story, because you have different people than what me and Erin do, so you're going to touch people that you may think, are they seeing the same thing? Because I think a lot of us, at least I do, it's like when you get a new car, that's all you see. So you think, is it saturated? Does everybody know about that? But it takes a long time for people to constantly see it. So as I'm talking to the people that, ranked up last month, it was something they posted nonstop. They did 2 lives minimum, so this is a decision, I think, for all of us. Okay, you're on a Zoom because you want to go diamond quickly to get that $10,000 bonus. So you have to decide right now, are you willing to do the work that these people decided that they were going to do to make it happen? So, going live, get out of your comfort zone, start practicing, doing some things, but following those stories is a big deal because people see it. And Erin, when you're posting and doing those things, if I'm like, okay, I did it, I see that people, are watching it. Now what do I do? What would you tell me?
So I would say to start reaching out to people, and the one thing, like you said, to ask questions and you copy the right cat. We're telling you to utilize that because you're not going to know all the wording specific for posting and how to respond to people, but that's our job as your enroller. That's our job as your sponsor, so all you have to do is put it out there, start the conversation, and then we can help you seal the deal. So a lot of times I like to have my newbies, send me screenshots of things that they're saying or messages that they're sending. Because I want to start reaching the masses and starting to talk to more people, because posting is only going to get you so far, but if you're putting that bug in somebody's ear for the first time and reaching out to them, that's what's going to stick around, and they're going to eventually, be like, okay, I've been following it for a little bit. It's just like that when you go to Google and you search something and then all of a sudden magically it appears on your Facebook ads and you're like, what in the heck? It's the exact same thing. All of a sudden you're putting something in somebody's inbox. They're like, I don't know about this. And then that's what they see over and over and over. It's like just that visual concept that goes along with it. And so think of this the exact same way as you would like those Google ads or whatever else pops up on your feed.
So as I'm doing this, and everyone, we have some really awesome scripts and host of posts. We're talking a little bit about this. So I don't want you to think that we're not going to share some things, because I know you guys are dying for that too. You always are. So me and Erin have some great, first post ideas and then responses on what to say. So these will give you a couple just ideas. And I would think, oh, even if you did this over and over, you're going to be adding to your network, right, Erin? Like this is a key part that people need to know. They may say, I've been doing the work, but I'm not getting the results. Are you adding to your network? And so I wish they still had the planner, and I'm going to try to find a way to get this uploaded, but like your daily 6 list, that's something that we should be doing, is adding to your hundreds list or your 30s list, whatever you want to call it. But we really need to do that. So I think, like you said in number 2, you just said each person needs to figure out what works best for them, you know? So I love that, being like, are you more confident in Facebook? I still think, you know, whatever, when you're confident, Facebook, Instagram, do both, and then spend the majority of the time where you're seeing the most results. But don't neglect doing, I think, all of the things that will lead to more, because, you know, like Erin said, we've been planting seeds in multiple places for a really long time. And so that's what we want. But we're like, okay, we really want to seal the deal now. I loved that you have a running list of potentials at your desk. So I get this a lot. How do you stay organized? And, you know, for the newbies, this is so good for you. You can start off being organized right away. So get a notebook, get a planner, and just start really doing this. For ones that are like, I don't even know where to begin, just start with what works for you. I'm a paper person. That works for me. But I'm going to share a couple of tricks that Michelle shared with me on organization for host to post. So we'll share that, and I think you'll like that. But when you're doing your potential list, Erin, is it just a sheet of paper? What do you do?
Yeah, so I would say like every 3 days I come and I sit down and I have a list that's people that are, I would say, like my hot potentials, you know, people that are like, I'm ready to join, I'm going to your website, I'm going to sign up. So that's going to be ones that I'm going to follow up with pretty much every single day. And I know it sounds crazy. And I know one of the questions was like, how do you avoid being a stalker? You know, so we'll touch on that. But I want to keep touching on that subject when it's fresh in somebody's mind, because we know that, you know, if you wait until Friday, follow up Friday, there's going to be 50,000 other things or expenses that come up. And so, you know, if I'm following up with somebody every single day, they're more likely to put in their order because they're not making excuses of other things like, oh, this could come up, this could come up. And so that's my hot list. And then I'll have like a middle of the road, you know, people that I'm having good back and forth conversation. And then one maybe a running list of people that, you know, we all have those messages where it's blue, 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 blue. You know, you keep following up and they haven't responded, but I'm not going to take them off my list. And so, you know, having those different things there as far as organization. But, you know, some people like utilize the Connect app and create groups, or some people do a lot in their phone. So I think, you know, sometimes you just have to figure out a method that's going to work for your brain. Like for me, I'm a pen and paper person. I like to, if I get to cross somebody's name off a list, like that just gets me hyped. You know, and it's like the best feeling ever when I'm like, woo, I finally got, you know, get to scratch that one off. So that's what I like to do. But, you know, my method and my chaos isn't always going to work for your chaos, you know, so sometimes you just figure out what's working best for you in your situation.
So I think, you know, as people are doing this, don't get discouraged because you get a lot of no's, right? Or a lot of people not answering your follow-ups. I'm sure you do because you're messaging a lot of people. So how do you not get discouraged? Like, did you get discouraged at the beginning, or were you just like, nope, I'm just going to go for it, and people are going to say no? Like, what was take me back to when you joined, Erin?
So, you know, I had a lot of people that said no, including like family, because my uncle, he was like one of the serial network marketers. Like he had tried everything under the sun. And so my family was jaded. And so I remember one of my family members actually commenting on a post and said, did you read the fine print? And when I joined, it was my welcome post. And so I was like, oh my gosh, but I don't know how to describe it. It was just, I was so excited and I knew I had my hands on something, and other people were successful at it too. And I'm like, why can I not make $500 extra a month? You know, because if I'm going to go after this, I'm going to give it my all so I can look back and say, okay, either I gave it 100% and it didn't work, or I gave it 100% and it was the best thing ever for our family. And so you have to make that commitment. You know, don't go in it, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because then you're never going to be successful. You know, but if you give it your all, it's just like with your marriage or your kids, you know, all those kind of things, you have to give 110% every single day. And so your business should be the exact same thing.
And people sense that, you guys. I think that's when they know when you're in this, even if you're new and you're not confident, just being excited about it, knowing, hey, that's totally okay if it's a comment or something you just don't like. Hey, that's totally okay. That's your opinion. You can take them off of your friends list. You don't need to see that. You make that decision today that you're going diamond in less than 30 days. It is absolutely possible. You have to believe that. and know that there's going to be bumps in the road, but you just go through them, over them, around it, whatever you need to do, because that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to give you all of these posts, everything to do. It's in your control. Like, how badly do you guys want this? And I've seen it over and over that people, once they decide, all of a sudden you have all the time to make this work. Like, you're not watching TV, you know, are you willing to sacrifice that to make some success? And so I know that that's part of it is possible. I just lost my notes. So yes, we get discouraged. So how I think for me, when I knew that was, they're not paying my bills. If I asked them for help right now and I said, you know, back when we didn't have the money, hey, do you have $50 to loan me to pay my electric bill? They weren't going to pay me. Right? So I had to make this decision for my family, and that was okay. I was absolutely okay with other people not wanting that. I knew, like you said, there's plenty of people that do want our products. They are amazing. They're affordable. And it's no different than going to the salon to get my shampoo or something. It's just, you know, this is just the way to do it. They go to my website and now I get paid. So understand, not everybody's going to go to Subway. They may go to something, Pizza Hut, whatever. You have something to say?
Well, I just want to say, you know, it's one of those things that once you figure out why you're going to do it, you will figure out how. When you want something bad enough, you will make it happen. When we were standing in food lines, we wanted it to work so bad that we were doing anything we could to make it work. And so it's one of those things that when you want it bad enough, either you will make it happen or you will make excuses. Those are the only two options.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are making that decision. You know where you're going. If you need to, log in and print off that ruby, emerald, diamond chart, double diamond, whatever you're going for, because if you don't know what you want or where you're going, you're going to flounder. So I really want to make sure that you get that visible chart out. I love that we have that so we know exactly what to do. And, you know, I had something on here too, is going ruby can be so simple. Me and Erin were talking about this, like, it can be as simple as you running your 80 BV auto ship, or bump it up and get $100 worth of product BV so that you have the product to use for yourself and sell for samples. Now, here's the cool thing. Let's try to get 4 customers that have 100 BV or more. And I know you gave me some great conversation starters that I'm going to post, and how you upsell them. So really it's talking to some people, getting that conversation, and then all of a sudden you upsold them, and now you're at 500 in sales, you guys, with just your order and 4 customers. Then you teach your 3 distributors do exactly what you did, and you just went ruby. A ruby is 2,000 in volume. That's it. You break that down for emerald, it's 2 rubies doing the same thing. I know you guys can get 4 customers with 400 in sales, absolutely, in 2 days. It actually, you could do it in 2 hours. Like, it's just a decision if you want it. So I know I was excited, I think, when we were talking about that, Erin, because it's really simple once we start applying this. So I know those couple of them that you had, I think Joel has them up here, was, so when you were sending them, let me see, where is it? You would be, you might reach out to somebody and go, hey girl, I came across your page and you seem like you would be amazing what I do. Have you thought about extra income? So that's a great distributor conversation too. I'm going to post this one. It's about cleanse. I don't know if you sent me this one, Erin, or not, but right now we're seeing personally a little bit more on the cleanse post, and we can talk about that, how you flipped those customers to ordering the Cleanse, Fat Fighter, and Thermal Fight X, right? Is that what you do? So everybody can do this, or have, like, if you're brand new, you can post, Joel's scrolling through it.
Which one?
You gotta scroll down, keep scrolling. I'm gonna have them posted all, so you guys at least have them and copy them, and then you guys can see them all. But basically it's, you can post about the cleanse to get a start of a conversation starter. So you can have a friend host a post for you to get a conversation going through their friends. So if you post this, there's actually a way to follow up with that. So Erin, I just posted the cleanse post and people are emojiing and are interested. okay, yes, I said, yes, I'm interested in this. So what would you tell me to do if I was like, I'm interested, tell me more about the cleanse.
Okay, so we all know that I feel like right now the cleanse and Thermal Fight X are like the gateway drugs. Okay, they're the ones that open the door. And I don't know about y'all, but I like to kind of compare it to this. You know, you go into Sephora and you get makeup because you're going for one thing. You know, you need to be color matched for foundation. And how many times do you start looking around and you're like, well, do you have like a good nude pink lips that I could? And so you start adding to your cart. And so that person is taking time in asking you what your goals are, what conversation, you know, like having that conversation with you. And so treating this the exact same way. So posting that cleanse post. And then, you know, when I'm talking to people about their goals, I'm saying, when I give them a little bit of information, okay, were you just looking for a detox or were you looking for overall weight loss too? Because that's going to be an opening door to ask them about what their main goals are, you know, and then we can talk about, okay, if you're looking for more than just a detox, adding in our fat fighters and the Thermal Fight X are going to be the perfect pair to give you that detox, but also the weight loss. And so we're going to be able to hit both of those things that you're wanting to target. And so essentially it's taking the time, because I know we all get so anxious and we're excited because we're like, we got a customer, we need to put them in, you know, get that. But, you know, if you can take that customer from 30 BV up to 97 BV or plus, you know, because you've added in the cleanse, Thermal Fight, and fat fighters, you know, that's almost that $100 order right there. And you have that. And I mean, that's only, you know, you think about these promotions with, you know, every single person on the Ruby chart needing roughly 500. Okay, if you had 30 BBs, you know, that's 15 to 20 customers. Mm-hmm. But think about it. You could have 5 customers at 100 and that gets you there, but you just took a little bit more time to cater to what their goals are. And so I would just treat it the exact same way.
So make sure you guys are posting these when we're talking about, when you're like, okay, I'm feeling confident, I'm talking about one product. Do not be afraid to reach out to your upline or ask on team page to go, okay, I've got somebody interested. What was that wording again that I need to try to get them, you know, on the weight loss, like you said, the weight loss system? I'd be like, well, yeah, I want that. Like, give me all that you can to get me going faster. So those are those key things that we need right now to utilize Diamond in 30 days or less. This is the trick, guys, is just using your time and those people wisely, because you can talk to a lot more people. If you had 20 people to talk to and could get them all at 100 BV, there's 2,000 BV right there. So we're going to knock this out really quick. So don't just stop with your 4 or 5. Like, we want to keep going. But these are some great, like, just upselling tricks that we can do. Mm-hmm. And the host to post. I love this. So this is something, where do we even start for host to post? I think that's the thing is, okay, brand new distributors, you might be like, what is a host to post? So a host to post is just somebody that else besides you sharing a post that you're going to give them. So like the cleanse post that we posted in here, you can give them that post, or I think you posted the Thermal Fight X. Did you do that one? The TFX, the weight loss one, who's interested in the 31, you know, whatever, the 31-pound weight loss. Conversation starter, you're going to help seal the deal on that as well. So host to post, you're going to do this. I love this idea. Make sure you have your notebook out. If you're doing this on Facebook, what you're going to do is you're going to, first, you're going to go through, where would I start? Go through your friends list, start at A in Facebook. Start through A, ask every single person, do not judge. Pretend it's not, you don't even know them and they'd be willing to do it. They say no, what?
Go ahead.
If they say no, move on to the next. It's okay. It's not hurting your feelings. You are going diamond and getting a $10,000 bonus. So people will say no. People won't say anything, but you make sure that you ask. I would say, you know, 10, 15, 20 an hour is safe, you know, to do that. Don't you think, Erin? That's a good amount. So on your time, or if you're like, okay, I want to do 5 every half hour, do that, but start asking. The other place that you can do where you won't really get flagged is take out your phone. Look at all the names in your phone. Like, that's somebody that you personally know, that you know, hey, I'm going for a big promotion. Would this be something that you can do? So I don't know if you posted all those already or not. So we're going to get to those as well. Joel's jumping. He's excited.
So I know a lot of you are so terrified about what is the first thing that I need to say. if I'm going to talk about a host post? Well, let me tell you, this is like old school sales technique right here. So this is like from back when I was a kid. Not long ago, not really. So when you are reaching out to somebody, the first thing that you want to do is have in mind what you're going to be talking about. So if you're doing a specific post, make sure that you take it and you say, I'm not sure if it's for you, but, and then share the product with them as if you're trying to get them to buy it, because you don't know if somebody wants to buy something from you if you're going to them with a host post. Now, when they respond, they're either going to say, yes, I want to buy that because it's very interesting, or no, it's not for me. That gives you the end to say, well, great. Would you mind if you could share this on your page for me? So the thing about the I'm not sure it's for you, but what it does is it gets people in the mind to go, oh, well, maybe I'm interested in this. Mm-hmm. You're automatically sabotaging their brain.
Yep. So you're going to start with your letter A's and go through there. And don't forget, you're going to be adding new friends daily. You have to. You guys are going diamond in 30 days. You told me that you're ready to do this and you're going to make this happen. And so you've got to constantly add people. So how to keep track. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to have, okay, Erin said yes. Here's the post that I'm going to send. So the first one is, I'm up for a really huge promotion. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. So this is to ask for, where's the rest of it? Okay. I don't know if that's why it didn't all the way come through. Let's see if that posts. Okay, yep. So you're going to do that, then just keep sending them. Sorry, guys. So I'm up for a really big promotion after they do that. Or, hey, girl, I know this is totally random. So there's a couple different host-to-post kind of scenarios on doing the ask. Tell them once they go ahead and that they're going to be doing the host-to-post, tell them once you post it, tell me, inbox me. Let me know that you posted it. So what you're going to do then is you're going to create a collection on Facebook. So you're going to, how are you going to do that? You're going to copy that post. And then what it's going to do is you're going to make that collection group on Facebook. So like it's almost like a list, but it's a collection. And you're going to keep that in a folder. And so now all of a sudden you have every hour, 20 minutes, whatever you want to do, you can go back to the people that you have as a host to post, and you can see, oh, Susie posted for me. Oh, Jill posted for me. Oh, Joel posted for me. Oh, Erin posted for me. Erica posted for me. And now you can keep track and just go into that folder that you have to go back and forth, because you're going to have a lot of these out. I know a lot of the girls had a ton of these host to posts out for them. Again, do not feel bad if people don't respond as you're asking. There's going to be people that want to do it. So, you know, she didn't even offer free product or anything. Some of you, you know, maybe your team is doing a giveaway. Say, hey, if you're willing to do a post, you're entered into a giveaway. Maybe it's, hey, if you do this post and you get a customer, I'll send you a free sample. Like, you know, if they're willing to do that. So make sure that you know that you're in connection with that. So is that kind of something that you find that works for you too, Erin?
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, it's as a newbie, I think sometimes you can be scared and worried about like, oh, I'm going to start posting, and what are my friends and family going to say if I start asking for their help initially, you know, to become my customer. But this is an awesome way that they can help you without that pressure. And so if you're, you know, starting to talk, like you see in the comments, you know, my friend Michelle is looking for 5 people who want skinny coffee. They say what, like 80% of the population drinks coffee. So when you start sending that post, people are going to be like, well, I want that skinny coffee. Why didn't you offer it to me? So, you know, it kind of opens the door, but not in that pressuring way of saying, hey, I'm looking for some product models to help me start my business. This is just another tool where you don't feel that pressure, but you're still getting it out there. So I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because you could almost not even post yourself first as a brand new distributor and get a few friends to post for you. And that's going to build your business until you're like, okay, now I want to, because it's interesting because people don't feel threatened when it's not you personally trying to quote unquote sell them something. They're like, oh, it's easier to tell somebody else the truth. It's weird how that happens.
That was my biggest trick as a guy for the longest time before there were any other guys in here. So if there's any guys on here, this is a good thing. Hey, there's this crazy thing that my wife is doing. I just need to get your phone number so she can share it with you. I mean, it was the only time I was allowed to get girls' phone numbers. But it's always that thing that my wife is doing. I don't know. It's one of those crazy things where all of you guys get together and share things and have fun, and everyone ends up buying a lot of stuff and then leaving the house. That's all I know that it is. And they're like, yeah, I love doing those. Why wouldn't I want to do that?
Yeah, that's what. So guys, if you want to do that, or you have friends on, mainly friends on your Facebook, reach out to them, to their wives, and be like, hey, would your wife be interested in posting this for my wife? She's got some great promotions going on, or whatever it is. So don't be afraid to use those people's people. Like, that's what we want. You just never know where that's going to happen from. Then, okay, so you got once the post is up. So I think with that too is just following up. Maybe that post didn't work. Keep going with more. So make sure there's multiple different posts that you can do. Maybe you have messaged some of these people that they've been interested. So say you've been 3 days in and your Facebook's starting to get messages, like you're starting to message people, right? Or maybe you've been in 3 months or 3 years and you're like, oh, there's so many people that I've messaged. Where do I go? Go in your search tab. And I love this because it just refreshed me to go and use a keyword in the example. So maybe it's coffee, maybe it's wrap, maybe it's cleanse. So people that you might have talked to last month that you forgot about because you didn't write it down and you didn't have a way to keep track. That's a great thing that'll pull up all messages for you to make sure that you can see, oh gosh, I completely forgot about her, and go back through. So Erin, do you follow up every single day with people? Do you tell your team, this is the way that you're going to do it? Like, how do you do that?
Like I said earlier, I think it's just so important to follow up frequent, because, if you're waiting, some people waiting for a Friday and payday and stuff. I mean, people get paid on the 15th or 30th or the 1st, and sometimes that's different days of the week. Or, people are getting tax refund checks, and maybe that hits on a Tuesday versus the Friday. And so, touching it on it, I always like to say you want to touch on it while it's hot and fresh in their mind, because it's more exciting that way. And you're like, okay, like I want to do it. Like I'm going to do it, because we know that all the other things can happen. And so that's just what essentially, like, I teach my is, you want to keep following up, because also too, like, you don't want to go 2 weeks past and then you've forgotten about somebody. So that's where I keep that, that really hot list of people on my desk. And so I know, okay, when I'm going back through and sending a message, and most of the time it's like, if you're talking to like a mom or something, or, even just a potential, a lot of times we have to remember, like, they're not on their phones as much as we are. And so it's very common that somebody could just read your message and forget to respond, but they really do want to place the order. But, if you message them the next day, they're like, oh yeah, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot to respond. I got busy. And so they're not, it's all about your intention when you're messaging them. If you're saying, hey, I have 1 spot left and I want to get your order in for my promotion, that's different than, hey girl, I know you were so excited to get started with the TFX because you had an awesome weight loss goal that you were working towards, and I can't wait to help you get your results. That message makes a huge difference in making that follow up about them versus us.
Mm-hmm. Something that I loved is, on your message back to me, you're like, if I'm only posting about DTs, that's all I'm going to get. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we are throwing some things in there. I mean, I'm a little bit more distributor driven just because I am so passionate about what we have, the affordability of it, and why not make extra money and get results. So you see me more so, like, even if I'm talking to people that want the product, I'm like, I can't not
Stefani
tell you.
has loyal customers sign up as distributors all the time. They just call because they wanted ThermoFight. Next thing you know, they're signing up as distributors and have 10 customers already.
Don't be afraid to offer that, especially if you guys have codes to use. If you did the host to post for the skinny coffee, they can get 2 bags of coffee. Make sure that they're also adding included in there the chocolate greens to make it the skinny mocha coffee, and the cleanse to really detox and get them in. So you've still got some good volume Remember, we wanted to have some volume as you're rolling. And then we can say, hey, post this post that you looked at mine from, and let's get you your 4 customers. Like, crazy, right? You're going to just start growing from there. So that's something that I think for me, it's easy because I believe in it. It's not crazy because I'd rather do this than go work a hard job all the time and never see my family. So I think I posted that today. Choose your hard, everything's going to be hard. Being away from your family for 20 hours a day was hard for me, and still not having the income. So this is still work, but we're trying to get you guys in the idea of people buying this anyway. So why not capitalize it and make it money? And it's all in your attitude. People will say no and people will say yes. We keep going until we see the yeses. So I like that. The follow-up is the nonstop with that. I know we're getting a little bit longer. Erin, did you have anything else that you could think of when we were talking? Because I said, remind me if I don't say this, that you can give some nuggets of new distributors or people that are really pushing for promoting right now.
I think it's important to mention it again, is everybody here wants to see you win and wants to see you succeed. And so, we were talking about that earlier. Sometimes it's like, I don't know where to start posting, but you're afraid to ask for help, or you're afraid to be like, what should my first post be? That's what, your team is there for. That's what your enrollers there for. And so, that's our job, is guiding you towards getting it out there, and just putting it out for people to see, because you don't want to, you made an investment for a reason. You have a goal and a why. And so our job is to help guide you in that, but we can't work it for you. And so if you're kind of in that point where you're like, I don't know what first post to make, or I don't know how to talk to people, ask your enroller, ask for help. Don't be afraid to do that. And then just go after it. Like, people ask all the time, what happened? I'm like, I literally don't know. Like, I feel like I just blacked out until I got to ambassador, but I was just so excited. I was so pumped to just keep talking to people. And then I started making money, and like, who doesn't love to make money? And then you just keep making more money as you keep sharing, and it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's that thrill. And there is so much momentum right now. There's so much momentum. And so it's, if you're not taking advantage of it, shame on you. So if you haven't taken advantage of it, start today, make that decision, make that commitment that you're just going to go all in, start putting it out there and reach out to people, and don't wait.
I think too, is you guys got to trust the process. I think that was for me. I trusted the person, even though I didn't know who the heck they were, but I knew that they had more success than me, and I was willing to do what they told me to do. And so it's not something that we're just telling you. We're actually physically doing it. We order our own products. We get our own results. We share about that, and we want you to do the same thing. So making sure that, you're getting those orders yourself. Make sure you're using the product. You're going to have more trust in yourself, and you're going to feel more confident when you bring on people to say, you need to order at least $100 yourself per month. Now, money might be tight at the beginning, but this is, non-negotiable. If you want to make money in this, we need to run a personal ADBV auto ship every single month. That first month, we really want to make sure that you're getting those customers and you see, the trust that we have to help you. But act like you're running that diamond business. Act like you're running that double diamond business. So that's this should be an aha right there, doing that. Then using these scripts to upsell, that's really going to help you guys. I just feel like the more we talk about this, the more that we're seeing better results, quicker results, and people are be like, yes, I want that. So making sure we're doing that. Having that chart out, right, Erin? You've got to know where you're going. If you don't, you're just going to be even more frustrated and really not knowing what to do. So making sure that you have that out. And I think one other thing for newbies, if you got the kit, I asked Erin too, what was the number one kit that people have been ordering? And it's kit 1, the sampler pack. So what do you suggest if they got the sampler pack, what should they do with that product?
I would, if it were me, I would start taking pictures right away, taking selfies with the products, start using, post. I have a couple of new girls that have been making videos, like little snapshots and adding it to their stories on Facebook and Instagram. But that's what people are nosy. They're going to be nosy, and they want to see what you're doing. And so if you're posting something that's intriguing on your story every single day, they're going to go and look at it. And so if you're drinking this skinny coffee, I can guarantee you people are going to be watching that. So start using those products, start taking pictures with them, selfies with them. It's a heck of a lot better. Pregnancy brain is like on high today. It's so much better for your business if they see you using the product. So, try that skinny coffee, make that in the mornings, or, try out the keto energy and talk about how that made you feel, because those are the things, because we read that book, Building Your Story Brand, and really just talking about the feelings behind the products and how that makes you feel. And so if you can start sharing that, that's when you're going to start bringing in customers. And then if they've seen you've tried the collagen, the keto energy, the wrap, the defining gel, like they're gonna be like, add that to my list because I'm seeing it on your story, and that's going to give you the high volume as well.
So
and drink your hydrate.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good. So one last thing that I want you guys to hear as I'm listening to this too. I'm always picking up on key things. And she said stories. I hope that you're hearing this. Now, we're not marketing gurus, but we sure know what works. And so stories, what I love about that is you can see who's watching your stories. And so if you're like, I don't even know what to do, again, follow the person that signed you up. Follow me. I don't care. I'm open to everybody. There's enough fish in the sea. I'm not worried about it. I live in abundance. So you can take my posts, and then kind of create your own and throw that in there. But I want you to know something too. It doesn't need to be perfect. I think that sometimes I play the comparison game too and think, oh, if I just looked like her, and I was 22 years old, or I'm like, Erin, you're the cutest little pregnant thing. Like, I need some kids to, pimp out to get me some customers or whatever. Everybody's going to think that of you, like, oh, if I was just this person. But I think the more authentic, the more that you're real and kind of, show that on your stories, people want that. And so don't overthink, make sure that you're doing it. Erin shared with me, she gets up every day at 5 a.m. and does her story. It's the same story, I believe, right, on your Instagram and Facebook. So you just upload, am I right? The same thing. So you don't even make it different.
Yep.
So, I wasn't utilizing the Facebook story, but I'm like, I want to do that because I have different friends on both platforms. So don't be afraid to go, well, now I got to create 2 different stories for each one. You can do Instagram stories and then Facebook stories. And if you don't know how, just Google it, YouTube it, make sure that you're learning this. This is your business and we want you successful. So all the tools are there. Erin, any last minute things that you can think of? I think this is so simple, and just the do is what's going to make it happen for them.
Yeah. And like you said, a couple times, is making sure that if you haven't gotten your chart out and you don't have that visual roadmap, you're not going to know where to place customers. You're not going to know where things are going to happen. And so you need to have that visual, like knowing, okay, this person is 200 BV away from that goal. That's what we're going to be working towards, because that's going to help you in working towards achieving that goal. If you don't have that volume number, you don't have the game plan, your vision plan of what's going to happen. I always feel like God doesn't bless you because you don't have your visual plan. But the minute that you make up your mind, okay, this is where I'm building on my chart, all of a sudden the floodgates open and people join and they sign up as customers because you know that you can take care of them because you've made that game plan. Mm-hmm. But until you've made up your mind, that it's just not going to happen. And so having that game plan, knowing what it's going to take, and we have 27 days. It's already like a full February, and a lot of stuff happened in February. So I know that we're going to make this an even bigger March.
Got it. Yeah, I think that's good. We went almost 45 minutes. I told Erin, I said, I think we're going to go a little bit longer than our normal 30 minutes, but we really wanted to give you guys some of these scripts. And some of you have seen it over and over, but you know what? Maybe you're not doing it enough. Maybe you're not doing those lives. Like, I cannot find Michelle on here, but Michelle, I'm so proud of you. I'm sure she's on here, for just sharing with me how she went from paid as executive to a double diamond and getting that $15,000 bonus. And I know she's not stopping. I know she's going from there, but those are those stories that you need to hear. That is it possible? Absolutely. She made it happen. It's a lot of volume, you guys, to make happen in just 3 weeks. So she put in the work. She deserves it. And she reached out to her team and said, do you want this? Do you want Ruby? It's getting each person 500 BV. That's it. And then watch. It just starts pushing everybody up the ranks. So I'm excited about that. Make sure you have your excited face on. Like, you guys should be excited. We have amazing products. The ThermoFight X is selling out. You know, we need to talk about that. Upsell the promotions. Like, we have the best comp plan, and we've made it easier and faster. So I know we're going to have all of you promoting this month. You know, I see you, Amy Johnson. Oh yeah, girl. I keep seeing people. So I know you got this. You believe it. We believe in you. And I just want to give a special shout out to Erin for, you know, always being positive, always being in the trenches working, willing to share what she's doing with all of us to make sure that, you know, there's so much room at the top, guys. Like, we want you there. So that's what we get excited about. And she's the type of leader that I just love working with. So Erin, I appreciate you so very much. She drives me crazy. She's going to be a black diamond. I know it because she wants it so dang bad. She's got her vision laid out too. And so I love that healthy competition that we have. But we appreciate you guys. Make sure that you tell us, me and Erin and even Joel, that you're using this. We want to see these posts going around. We want you to tag us or message us, you know, and your leader, your Diamond Up leader. Make sure that they know you are working so that we can create some of these group chats to really get you going. So we love you guys. Joel's going to do a picture real quick. So
put your smile face
smiley
on. Okay, I'm going to the next page.
Everybody freeze. I feel like we're
because you don't know what page you're on.
Yeah, I feel like we're like the
and once again, there we go. We went from having 4 pages of people on video up to 6. Just like that.
It's so funny how that happens. Everybody's like, I want to be on there. I want to see my face on their page. And these should be your promotion pics, guys. Like Erin said, she's got, like, you know, her hair in a hat. It's just what we do. We want to make sure that we're promoting and we're helping you guys all out. So, all right, guys, don't forget Monday night too. Pam's always on at 9 p.m. going over the people that have promoted. So make sure that you guys jump on that and really decide this month that you're going for it and you're getting that volume up, up, up. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Monday.
See ya.